H&Y Filters announced just a new filter. It's a black mist filter with RevoRing. What is a RevoRing and what is a black mist filter? I will tell you in this video, so be sure to watch it. Hi there, my name is Peter Forsgaard and I'm a professional photographer from Helsinki, Finland. And a disclaimer. This black mist and a RevoRing filter was sent to me from H&Y for this review. They wanted me to review this for the launch of this new filter. They did not tell me what to say, nor did they see this video beforehand, so everything I say is my own or are my own opinion, like always. I never let anyone else to say what I need to say in the video. I always, test the product and tell what I think about it. And I try to be as honest as possible. And another thing, I get to keep this filter. So now that's out of the way. Let's start with the thing that what is a RevoRing? RevoRing is a genius way of attaching filters to your lens. This particular one that I have is from 67mm to 82mm. So any lens that has from 67 to 82mm filter thread, this adapter or RevoRing can be used. The way it goes, you just turn it and it's there. And then when you take it off, turn and just take it away and that's it. And here you can see the mechanism. It's very genius and you don't need any step-up rings or step-down rings with this filter attachment or way of attaching filters. I think this is a genius way of doing. And, step-up rings are okay, but this is a lot better. And then let's talk about the mist filter. This particular filter on this RevoRing is a mist filter, which is a filter that reduces contrast on your image. It will lower down the highlights and it will make a kind of like a halo around the highlight in a positive way. And also what it does is it will reduce wrinkles and blemishes on a human face or on a skin. And that's something interesting. So it's not only for videography, it's also for photography, even though mist filters are mainly used in videography. But don't forget that this is also very good in photography too. And what else it does? Yeah, and it kind of like creates a soft pastel effect. It's a bit like soft filters, but it's still a bit different because this kind of affects more towards the lighter part of the image and the highlights. And it's well, if you remember soft focus filters that were used in the 70s, Cock-in filters and other quite innovative things back then, this is a bit similar, but as I said, a bit better. And you can get these with 3 different strengths. This one is 1/4, and then you have a half and 1/8 of a string. And the ones that I've used before, usually the 1/4 or the quarter strength is the best one, at least for me. I think that's kind of like, it's not too soft, but soft enough to make a big difference. And let's look at some images that I took with the filter, and I always will have images side by side with the other one without the filter and the other one with the filter. Okay, here we have the first image. As you can see, with no filter and with the filter, the difference isn't really big. But if you look at a bit closer, you can see that there is a bit of a difference. And the light bleeds a bit more with the filter on. And here you can see it more clearly. This is taken from the same spot with same setting. As you can see, the halo around the light is totally different than without the filter. And then a city scene where you can see the difference in the signs of the cinema theater. There is a bit of a difference, and I like actually the way it bleeds the highlights. And especially with neon lights, like you see here, there is the difference. I think the one with the filter is a lot more pleasing. It's less digital looking. And especially this one. I really like the shot with the mist filter. It makes the sign a lot more interesting, and there is some kind of a more cinematic way the whole image is rendering. It's still sharp, but there is this nice and pleasant way of some unsharpness with the image, which I really like. Then we can see if there is the sun in the image. You can see from the leaves that it bleeds a bit, and this is something that, you might not like or not, but it's not at its best when the sun is shining. And then just a regular image with the side lighting, you can't really see that much of a difference. The only small difference is that it will reduce the highlights a bit, as you can see from this histogram. And to conclude the things where this filter is great is more or less on a dark environment in nighttime in the cities where there are a lot of highlights, then I think it's at its best. As you saw, the images look quite pleasing when using the filter. The H&Y filters are really well made, and this particular filter is made out of architectural aluminum, and it has a anodized coating, so it's weather resistant. So if you use it in rain, no problem, it won't rust. It is well made, and also the glass, the mist, the filter is, you know, really good. It doesn't really affect your image quality so that it will make it bad. I think it's just does the job that it's supposed to do, is to make the highlights more interesting. And the thing is that the mist is also very good of reducing that digital look, and so that's why it's widely used in videography. So it kind of gives you a cinematic look to your footage, and that's always something that videographers and cinematographers want to do, to make it more cinematic, and that's one way of doing it. And the filter that they sent me, as I said, is a Black Mist filter. They also have a bundle with the Black Mist filter and the RevoRing, plus a variable ND filter and a circular polarizer, which is attachable by a magnet on the front of the RevoRing or front of the Black Mist filter. One thing that I do not understand is why this Black Mist RevoRing filter combination is not detachable. I cannot get this Black Mist filter off. I think that would have been great, so that I could have just, you know, have another without taking off the RevoRing from the lens. I don't know why they didn't do it that way on this, because you can get the RevoRing separately, which with different sizes and with 4 different sized filters, so that you can just remove the RevoRing from the lens and change it there, and then you have a screw-on filter on the RevoRing. And I think that's quite clever, even though I think they should add, and they do have some magnetic filters that you can use with the RevoRing, and I think that's something that they should have considered with this one, so that the Black Mist filter was kind of like a separate filter. But for some reason it's not, and unless I, you know, misunderstood the thing, but I, you know, haven't been able to take it off. But that's the only downside. But if, you know, it's not a big deal, but I was just wondering why they did it this way. You'll probably guess that I actually really like this, and you know, it's a lot more convenient using this RevoRing than using step-up rings, and I think this is a clever way of doing. And you know, I'm going to look into their other filters and see how they would fit my work, and if they are reasonably priced, then I would probably buy some more of H&Y filters. And if you're interested in these H&Y filters or this Black Mist filter with the RevoRing, I do have affiliate links to their web store in the description of this video. So if you buy something, I get a small commission. You don't pay any extra. So it's a win-win situation. You get a great filter / RevoRing, and I do get a small commission. So it's a win-win situation. The price of this filter is from $109 to $119 US, depending on the size of the RevoRing you have. The smaller ones are the 109, and the more expensive ones are 119. So not a bad price. And here's a video about filters in general. What kind of filters there are, how to use them. You might want to watch that after you finish watching this video. But hey, thanks for watching, and bye for now.